Hello everyone, welcome back to Dreamscape again. So as I promised at the closeout of last year in the video, this would be one of the biggest announcements that we're ever going to make on this channel so far. So stick with us and get ready for this one because it's huge. Okay, so we're well into January now. You can see again wrapped up because it's freezing, but what a time for this announcement. So we've got a brand new series that's about to kick off on the channel, and I'm just going to say the name, but I'm going to get into more detail in a minute. Think to yourself, right, have you ever seen an average person who is a completely normal person, doesn't claim to be an amazing driver or anything like that, build a track car and enter into an actual race series all within 9 months? Well, this series is called Average Joe to Racing Driver in 9 months, and that is what we're about to do on this channel. We are about to embark on a 9-month long journey with that Mini Cooper S, and at the end of it, we are going to be entered into an official race series at Thruxton Racing Circuit, way down the other end of the UK from here, almost a 10-hour drive. So for the eagle-eyed viewers behind me, if you look in the garage there, that's where the race Mini's sitting at the moment. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod, we're going to dive in, I'm going to get some more details. We've also got a bit of a sponsorship deal going on here, and it's in a full collaboration with this sponsor. I'll tell you who that is in a minute, but they're a pretty special brand, especially in the Mini space. Okay, so as I just mentioned in the clip before this, we have partnered up with someone who are an unbelievable supplier and tuning company, and they are experts when it comes to the Mini game. So I'll stand out the way, you can see the track Mini parked up in the garage, that's where it's going to live for the next wee while until it goes to its first track day. But the journey starts today for Average Joe to Racing Driver in 9 months, and that's going to come with a lot of different things that need to happen to this car before it can go to its official race event in September. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little minute to announce who the sponsor is. I've got some stuff lying over here that they've sent me up, and I'm going to put it in front of the camera and I'm going to show you exactly who it is that we are teaming up with on a sponsorship deal with the Mini to get us to this race event. Okay, so got some merch around my neck here. You can see that, you can see the smile on my face because this is one of the biggest things that's happened with this channel so far. We have partnered up with Bad Boy Tuning. They are a tuning company and a parts supplier from way down south. There we go, there's the t-shirt. Absolutely buzzing about this. They have partnered up with us. Actually, they had quite a big part to play in the Average Joe to Racing Driver idea, and it just so happens that the racing series that we're entering into, they are basically in charge of the Mini side of it. So, as you can see the Mini sitting behind me, we have partnered up with Bad Boy, and they have been supplying parts, helping us out, giving us guidance, helping us along the way to go Average Joe to Racing Driver in 9 months. Right, so how did this idea come about then? So, what I decided to do one day was reach out to Bad Boy Tuning and basically chance my arm and ask if they would be interested in working together with Dreamscape on a project with the Mini. At the beginning, there was quite a lot of conversation. Me and Wayne, the owner of Bad Boy Tuning, we hit it off straight away. We got talking for over an hour on the first phone call, and then we kind of left it there. I was going to buy some parts off the website, he was going to help us out a bit. Any information that I needed, I was to just give him a phone and he was going to help us. Then I was just chilling on the couch one night, quite late, about 9 PM if I recall correctly, and my phone goes, and it was Wayne, so I answered it. And there he was with a mad idea of Average Joe to Racing Driver in 9 months, and he sold it to me in a way that there was no way that I could say no. Now, the Mini has come far to this point. Anybody that's been following the channel at the latter part of last year will have seen that we've made some good progress with the car. I'm going to go inside the car in a minute and I'm going to run everybody through an update of where we're at, and then I'm going to talk about where we have to be, because to enter a car into a full racing series, there comes a lot of different things that you have to do to make sure that 1, the car's ready, and 2, I'm ready as an individual. Alright, so this full thing is in 100% collaboration with Bad Boy Tuning. All supplied parts that we're buying, that we're getting, are all going to be coming from Bad Boy Tuning. All liveries that are going on the car are all going to be stickered up with Bad Boy Tuning. If you just give me a minute, I'll show you one thing. So the first part of that is going to be this sun strip that is going to be going across the top of the windscreen on the Mini. So this is going to be the first bit of Bad Boy Tuning logos on the car, but I'll talk more about this in a minute. But the car is going to be changing its appearance quite heavily, which is something that I'm looking forward to as well. So yeah, as I was saying, the idea is in full collaboration with Bad Boy Tuning, and Wayne to this point has been so helpful with me. I can be quite, let's call it needy when it comes to cars. I'm always asking questions, I always want to know what's happening, I'm always phoning at random times of the day when I'm doing a job in the car, and I need information now, and Wayne has been excellent so far. So thank you so much to Wayne and Ash from Bad Boy Tuning for even thinking about embarking on this journey, and I really hope that this is something that you guys all want to follow on. So let's jump inside the car and we'll go through where we're at and where we need to go. So that's us now inside the Mini. It is a bit dull in my garage, so I'm having to use a filming light, but I think the lighting's actually okay. So let's just summarise where we are with the Mini then. So at the latter part of last year, myself and my best mate Liam decided that we were going to half in for this track car, and we were going to build it to a point where we could use it as a kind of weekend track car. So we opted to go straight away bucket seats, harnesses and a half roll cage. You can see all of that in here in this shot right now. And then we thought, why don't we move on to things like wheels, tyres and brakes, etc., and we'll turn this into like a proper good weekend track car where we can jump about the UK and have a bit of fun in it. That's where this idea for the track car started. That's where this idea for me to reach out to Bad Boy Tuning came. Like, that's where all of this really began. If you haven't seen any of the videos yet of the bucket seats getting installed, the harnesses getting installed, the roll cage getting installed, head back on the channel. There is a few videos there of us getting the Mini to where it is today. So that's where we're at. We've had one track day so far, one track day. So I'm going to go from an average Joe to racing driver in 9 months, and I've only got one track day under my belt. So that's obviously going to involve a lot of practice this year. So as it stands, we're booked in for 3 track days up here in Scotland at Knockhill. And on the schedule, we've got another 4 track days, which are down kind of Donington, Cadwell Park, these kind of tracks down south. And these are all going to be before the full race event, the series event that I'm going to be competing in for one day. That's in September. So I need to get as much seat time on the track as possible, and I have to get it in, and I have to take it really seriously, because when I go down to this race event, I'm going to be down there surrounded by people who are skilled, experienced drivers, and I'm going to be in there like a fish out of water. But do you know what? This is the type of thing that people are going to love to watch, and this is the type of thing that makes me excited. So I just thought, why not? Let's do it. So the future of the car has to kind of change direction a bit then. So we were planning on just turning this into like a kind of club sport style car. We were just going to drive it at the track ourselves. But that is obviously going to have to change direction slightly. So let me just start by going over that. As I'm doing these updates here, I'm going to be putting some pictures across the screen just to give you an idea of what it is that we're going to have to do. So as a racing series, being entered into a proper racing series comes with regulations. So that comes with weight limits, power limits, you know, different things that the requirements have to be met by driver and car before the car can be entered. So I'm going to flash those up. So they're going to be blanked out a bit because obviously it's kind of private regulation stuff, but I'm going to flash up how many pages of regulations exist that I need to follow to put this Mini in an actual race series event. Obviously I've got Wayne there helping me through this. He's like a mentor, which is great, because without him I would really be screwed. So that's regulations then, right? So seat time in the car and regulations are the two kind of things that I have to follow, get practice and get ready to go. The third thing is a racing licence. So I can't actually enter into this race series without getting an official race licence. I can take this car to as many tracks in the UK as I want for hot hatch track days, but I can't enter into a race series. So we've got it on the schedule that I'm going to be going to Knockhill, and I am going to be getting my full race licence, which is going to allow me to enter into the race series. So that will obviously be a little small series on the channel, me going out on Knockhill and getting my race licence. Now the good news is by that point I'm going to have quite a lot of practice on Knockhill, so I probably don't have to worry about getting the licence. I just have to go there with the instructor and I have to prove that I'm safe and I can operate the car on the track, and that should get me my racing licence. So after the racing licence, the fourth thing that I have to consider is the safety aspect and the performance aspects of the car. Now, things that you would just quickly think about in your head: roll cage is going to have to be a full one. So this half cage that's in here right now is going to have to come out. That'll be getting sold, and we'll be going somewhere for a full fabricated full roll cage, which is going to be another good video on the channel. So I'm looking for suppliers and people that do that, preferably in Scotland, so I can work with them and we can get a full roll cage in this car. Harnesses and seats all have to be FIA approved. Now thankfully me and Liam bought everything brand new, so the seats and the harnesses in this car are FIA approved. There is a question about the driver's harness, whether it has to be a 6-point. We've currently only got 4 points in this car, so if I need to, I'm going to upgrade and it will be supplied by Bad Boy Tuning. I'm going to go up to a 6-point harness. Now safety aspect wise, there's a lot on the regulations, right? I'm not going to detail every single last bit here. The other main kind of safety thing that we have to think about after seats, harnesses, full roll cage, we have to take all the airbags out of the car. That's not going to be too difficult. We'll get all them out. We'll just strip that out. But then the last big kind of thing that's going to cost a fair bit of money and it's going to take a bit of time is a fire suppression system. For weekend track days, I've got a normal fire extinguisher in this car, but that is not going to cut the mustard for a full race series. We're going to have to do a full piped in fire suppression system. So that's going to involve the bottle of fire suppression stuff, hoses into the engine bay and hoses into the cabin here. So essentially I'm going to have to get that done by someone who is obviously a professional at it. So again, I'm looking to collaborate with people that are into this type of thing, because one, I want to work with these companies, and two, I need this done and I need it done properly, because in the event of a fire I have to be able to press that button and I have to be able to extinguish a fire, especially if it's in the cabin. So yeah, that's the kind of last safety thing that I have to think about. I need to look at clothes, so I need to think about a racing suit, I need to think about gloves, I need to think about a proper motorsport helmet, shoes, so I'm going to have to get myself kitted out with all that. So I've been recommended to go to a place called McGill's Motorsport. I'm going to head up there and have a look, but if anybody is in the comments has got any suggestions about where I should go, I'm looking to get full helmet, hands device, all the stuff that's required. So I want to be fully kitted out for the race series. Wayne's obviously going to help me with that stuff as well, but if there is a Scottish supplier or anyone in Scotland that's interested in working with us, then just hit us up, because we would be more than happy to work with people in that as well. And then we need to move on to the performance aspects of the car, right? So I'm not expecting to go into this race event and be first. I might even be last, but that's fine. It really is all about the experience. But what I want is a car that's capable, and it'll get around the track and it's going to make some noise and it's going to sound good, it's going to look good, and it's going to do everything that I need it to do. So we need to be thinking about this car getting full def for however many laps the race series event is. So I really need to think about making sure that the car is in a place where it's prepared. So the things that we're going to be doing to the car then, so we've got Team Dynamics Pro Race 1.2 wheels that we managed to pick up. We're putting semi-slick tyres, probably AO48s or Nankang NS2Rs, Toyo R888Rs, something down along those lines. So we'll get that sorted, so that's wheels and tyres. We've now got new brakes. They're in a box at the front of the car here. That's going to be a video that's coming soon. So we've got drilled, grooved, vented discs. We've got racing pads. We've got 660 racing fluid. We've got braided lines. So we've got all of that. So the whole braking setup in this car is going to be changed over so that it is suitable, and I'm going to be able to stop for the whole race series event, because we were getting some brake fade at the track day we were at, and we don't want that. The next thing's an alignment, so the car has to be set up properly to make sure that it's all good for going on a track. So we're going to do that at the end of January before we go to our first track day of the year, which is in February. That'll give us plenty of time. I'm going to be going to Marcin at Mac Motorsport, the legend that always helps us out. And we're going to be going to him. He's going to be doing a full race alignment on the minute, so we'll get that sorted. And that will kind of take care. The car's already on coilovers, it's already on adjustable lower control arms, it's already poly boosted and everything like that. So we're in a position right now where those things that I've just described for handling will be good. We then have to think about the engine. This started life as a fairly standard N14B engine. It had a decat pipe and a map, and that was really it. Where we are right now is a wee bit further forward than that. I'm not going to reveal too much about where we are just now, because there's videos to come to show where we are. But basically what we're looking to do is we're going to do a full air intake system from AirTech supplied by Bad Boy Tuning. We're going to put an uprated decat pipe on, so that's probably going to come from somewhere like Scorpion supplied by Bad Boy Tuning, and we're going to do a heat wrap on that. We're going to put a brand new factory rocker cover on the car, which comes with a brand new PCV, just to make sure that we're all good there. When we take the steering wheel off, I'll show you it just now, but when this comes off, we're going to put like a full racing steering wheel setup on here, so that we can get rid of the airbag and the steering wheel can give us a wee bit better feel, so that'll be that. And then we're going to put a cooler works in the car. So for anyone that doesn't know what a cooler works is, I'll show you the standard gear stick right now. So this is the stock setup here. As you can see, we're stripped here, but this is what the stock setup looks like. A cooler works, I'll flash a photo up again, all this stuff, but a cooler works is essentially a quick shifter, like a short shifter setup, and it brings the gear stick right up close to the steering wheel, so that you're only taking your hand off the steering wheel a little bit, and it makes your gear changes up to 40% shorter. And when you're on the track, that is really important. When it comes to tuning the car, with the new decat pipe, we're going to put an oil cooler and we're going to put an intercooler on it, all from AirTech, along with the intake, and then we're going to get the map updated to make sure that everything is all good. The car will go on a rolling road to double check everything. So we want to just make sure that the engine is in the best place possible. We probably want to be pushing around the 250, 260 brake horsepower mark. I don't need this car to be blisteringly fast when I'm going into a race series. I'll be surrounded by other cars. I need to be able to get up to speed and I need to be able to stop. That's the two main things that I need to be able to do. So that is basically what we're going to do with the car in terms of performance and everything. Obviously we're going to keep all the engine fluids, all the coolant and everything. We're going to be changing everything regularly. It's going to be getting done after every second track day. So we're really going to keep on top of this, and this is going to become, in my eyes, the ultimate hot hatch track day car that we've always wanted. And then we're going to be able to enter it into the race series, which is just fantastic. And lastly, what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the condition of the exterior of the car and the styling that we're going to go for. So anybody that's seen the Mini, I'll flash another picture up just now. Fairly standard looking thing from the outside, black with red mirrors and red roof. Classic John Cooper work style. You can actually just see it here behind me. So it's fairly standard, nothing much to write home about, but that's going to change. I'm going to flash some examples up on the screen right now about what I'm talking about, but this car is going to a place called Dapper Automotive, and we're collaborating with them and we're doing a full race livery on the car. So this thing is going to change and it's going to look absolutely wicked. And of course there's going to be some space on there for all the sponsors and all the people that are helping us out on this, and I cannot thank them enough, honestly. So I'm going down to meet the guy from Dapper Automotive. I've already sent over the logo from the YouTube channel, and he's going to throw some designs together, so I'll definitely bring an update on once I get that. But yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. So we're going to do something mental here, in my opinion. We're going to go from no track experience to a full track event in 9 months, supported by Bad Boy Tuning, and I can't actually believe that I'm standing here saying this. The last year, 2024, I guess I could never have guessed what direction the channel was going to go in, but buying this Mini and turning it into a track car has just opened up so many doors for us, and it really does make me happy that I'm standing here being able to say this, that we're actually collaborating and getting sponsorships and working with other companies in the UK. You know, it's just amazing. So I'm going to take us round one last thing before I close the video out, and this is funny, and you're going to hear more about this in one of the next videos. Right, I'm trying not to slip and fall in the street here, but the last thing that we need to talk about before I go inside and close this out is, obviously we're driving the car at all these different tracks, and then we're going all the way to Thruxton, which by the way is 10 hours away. We have to get the car to all these places, and we can't be worried about crashing the car or the car gets damaged and we can't bring it home. So one of the next videos that you're going to see in the channel is me and Liam going down to England to pick up a trailer, right? I'm going to show you the state of this trailer just now, and then I'll talk very briefly about where it's at. I don't want to ruin the next video, right? Here we go. So, as you can see, trailer, no wheels on it at the moment. There has been a bit of a problem with it. We don't have an unlimited budget here. We've got, you know, normal amounts of money for people that do normal jobs and are trying to invest in themselves. So we decided to try and get into the market for a trailer at the kind of lower end of the price bracket, but try and get as best one as we could. And unfortunately, we've been bitten a wee bit by that. So I'm not going to ruin the next video, but one of the next videos you're going to see in the channel is us talking about the trailer. So I'll just let that be that video. So that's me kind of covered everything, I think. I'm going to jump in the house and I'm going to sit at the table, and I'm going to close this video out in there because it is freezing out here and it's starting to rain. But yeah, basically covered everything that we need to do, and I am so bloody excited about all this stuff, and it is a massive, amazing start to 2025. So yeah, let's jump inside into the warmth and I'll close this video out properly. Okay, that's us back inside, thank God, because it is absolutely Baltic out there. It is -degrees at the moment in Scotland, and it is not favourable weather to talk about track cars or track days. So now that I've summarised everything and I flashed all those photos on the screen, I've done the best that I could do to try and announce this massive thing. Obviously this is our first kind of collaboration / sponsorship deal, so I'm doing the best that I can to try and promote the way that you're supposed to. I will get better at this over time, but I think I've done a not bad job today. So I just want to close out with one big final thank you to Bad Boy Tuning for giving us this opportunity to come on board with them and do what it is we're doing. I really cannot wait to get stuck into this. The plans are coming out of my ears. We're going to be doing 2 videos a week, and majority of them are going to be focused on this bloody Mini Cooper. But yeah, honestly, what an opportunity, and I just want to say a final thanks. Also, please follow on with this, because I think on YouTube, the important thing is to give people a story, to give people a reason to keep watching the content. I think we got by quite well in 2024, being a new channel, but it's time to kick it up a level, and I want to give people a reason to stay. I want to give you subscribers a reason to want to come back and watch the videos every single time. So if you're interested in track cars, you're interested in watching some random guy with no track driving experience go from average Joe to racing driver in 9 months, then please hit that subscribe button. Honestly, you've got no idea. Subscribing, liking and commenting on the videos, it tells the algorithm that we're doing a good job, and hopefully it will keep bringing you all back to the videos as they come out in the series. So I'm going to close the video out there. Thanks for everything again in 2024. Let's kick this up a notch. Average Joe to racing driver in 9 months. What am I doing? Let's go.